Assalamu alaikum dear students. How are you? I hope that all of you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I'm fine too. Welcome you all to NIBS Home School. This is Mahmudur Rahman, Assistant Teacher of English, National Ideal English Version School. Today I'm going to take English second paper class for the students of class 7. And this is your first class of your annual term. Today I'm going to discuss on transformation of degree, and this will be your first lecture on degree. Then another class will be held on this topic. Okay, let's see the board at first. This is the class for the students of class 7, subject English second paper, topic transformation of degree 1. That means there will be another class on this topic. Term annual, lecture number 1, HW1, and your HW will be 5 sentences that will be discussed later. Teacher Mahmudur Rahman, and this is my phone number. Okay, dear students, look at the board carefully. Today there are 3 types of degrees: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. And degree is of adjectives. Okay, degree of comparison, these are called degree of comparison. Today we will discuss on positive degree to comparative degree, and at the same time comparative degree to positive degree. I have made a chart for you for your better understanding. This chart will be very helpful for your understanding of conversion of degrees. I will discuss the important phrases and side by side showing some examples. Okay. Number 1, if you find in a positive in a sentence no other plus as dot dot as, that means if you find in a sentence no other plus add dot dot as, that it will indicate that this is a positive sentence, positive degree. For example, no other animal is as strong as a lion. The boy and the students, you know that in the dots, that means in this gap there will be an adjective. So the no other animal is as strong as a lion. If you find this kind of sentence, how can we convert it into comparative? We will take then any other or then all other, and the second subject, that means there are 2 subjects. The second subject here is lion. This second subject will sit at the very beginning of the sentence, a lion. Then we will take the verb of the sentence is. Then we will use the comparative form of the adjective. Here adjective is strong, and what is the comparative form of strong? Is stronger. So a lion is stronger. If you find no other in a positive sentence, then it will transform into comparative using then any other. So no other animal is as strong as a lion will be converted as a lion is stronger than any other. You have to remember this one very carefully, than any other animal. Similarly, if you find then any other or then all other in a sentence, it will be called a comparative sentence. Then you will convert this sentence into positive using no other plus as dot dot as. Okay. Point number 2, very few plus add dot dot as. That means in a sentence if you find very few and then subject, or obviously a subject and verb, and then as dot dot as, that means as and then adjective and then again as, then you will, how will you convert this in comparative sentence? At first we will read out the sentence. Very few metals are as precious as a gold. So here precious is the adjective. You have to keep in mind that this adjective, we have to change this adjective into comparative. So if you find very few in a positive sentence, then you have to use then most other. So like the previous sentence, the second subject will come at the first. Gold is more precious, that the adjective is precious in the first sentence, so in comparative it will be converted more precious. We know that the comparative form of adjective precious is more precious. Then we will use this phrase than most other, and then the first subject, here the first subject is metals. So very few metals are precious as gold will be converted into gold is more precious than most other metals. Similarly, you can convert this sentence into positive. Number 3, if you find just a subject and then as dot dot as, how can you change it into comparative? Look at the example. Kamal is as clever as Jamal. Very simple sentence. Here only as, and in the dot is clever, the adjective, and as is used. So we will convert this into comparative. At first, comparative form plus then. That means after subject and verb we will use comparative form. And look here, Kamal is as clever as Jamal. That means both Kamal and Jamal are same. Here in term of their cleverness, Kamal and Jamal are same. So we will use the second subject at first, that means Jamal. Jamal is not cleverer. Look here, you will use it, make it negative. Not cleverer than Kamal. That means Jamal is not cleverer than Kamal. That means Kamal and Jamal are same. Similarly, if you find subject plus verb and the negative comparative of any sentence, then you can convert it using subject plus as dot dot as. Rule number 4, subject plus positive form. That means after subject only, if you find only positive form, look at the sentence, he is a good boy. He is a good boy. Only subject, then good boy. Only positive form of the adjective is used here. How can we change then? Subject plus comparative form, then any other. Look here, the subject, the first subject will be the same. That means the subject of positive and the comparative will be the same. He is, then we will use the better comparative form of adjective good. The comparative form of good is better. Then we will use then any other, and the second subject will sit at the last. So if we find subject plus only the positive form, we'll change it into he is better than any other boy. Similarly, if we find this kind of sentence, we can convert this in positive using subject plus only positive form. Rule number 5, subject plus as dot dot as. That means subject, then verb, and then as and as adjective will be used. Look at the sentence, he is as strong as you. He is as strong as you. Here strong is the adjective, so we will change it. Look here, the strength of both, that means he and you, both are same in terms of strength, so we will make it negative. Subject plus no less dot dot, that means here the adjective will be used, and then for example we will change this sentence into comparative. He is no less strong. That means this strong is similarly used here, and we will use then you, the second subject. Similarly, if you find that he is no less strong than you, we will make it positive using he is as strong as you. That means the both are same in terms of strength. And the final, subject plus not. If you find a negative, so dot dot as or as dot dot as, how can we change it into comparative? We will take an example at first. She is not so stupid as you. Look, this is the opposite rule of the previous one. Number 5 and 6 are alternatives. Here positive, in the positive was in affirmative form, but the comparative was negative. Here we have the positive is in negative form and the comparative sentence is in positive form or affirmative form. So she is not so stupid as you. Example, subject plus less dot dot then. That means this not will be omitted. She is less stupid than you. And if you find she is less stupid than you, that means subject plus verb and then less plus adjective, or and then you convert it into positive using subject plus not, so and adjective. That means if you find negative, you will make it positive. If you find it positive, you will make it into negative sentence. So dear students, I think that following this chart and this table, you can easily memorize the rules also, and you can transform the sentences positive into comparative and comparative to positive very easily. For today's class, you have some homeworks. There are 5 sentences here. Your homework number 1, and this is also your homework for the vacation. Change the following sentences as directed. Number 1, no other storybook is so popular as the Arabian Nights. This is in a comparative positive form, so you have to make it comparative. Look in the bracket, you have to change it in comparative. Example number 2, very few boys, sorry, it will be plural. Very few boys are as good as Mahin. Very few boys are as good as Mahin. You have to make it comparative. Number 3, you are older than I. This is a comparative sentence, so you have to make it positive. The instruction is given in the bracket. Number 4, he is not less intelligent than any other boy. He is not less intelligent than any other boy. So this is a comparative sentence. You have to make it positive. And number 5, cure is not so good as prevention. Cure is not so good as prevention. This is a positive sentence, and you have to transform it into comparative. So that, my dear students, this will be your homework. So dear students, I hope that all of you have understood today's class very well. For your better understanding, you have to read your books, that grammar books that you have at your home, and watch the YouTube classes and attend the online classes, and see you in the next class. And there will be another class on this degree transformation. Till then, Allah Hafiz, take care of yourself. Thank you.